SLA, stereolithography. Stereolithography is one of the many additive manufacturing technologies which come under vat polymerization. I would highly recommend you to watch my previous video on vat polymerization before going any further. Just for revision, vat polymerization is a process in which a liquid photopolymer is exposed to light. The exposure to light cures the liquid photopolymer, thereby forming a solid model. Let's shift our focus back to stereolithography. One of the most important things which you need to remember when it comes to stereolithography is that it can process only plastics. Now in polymer chemistry, there are two categories of plastics. First one is thermoplastics, the second one is thermosets. In stereolithography, the liquid photopolymer after curing forms thermosets. This is the main difference between fused deposition modeling (FDM) and stereolithography. The first difference is of course that fused deposition modeling comes under material extrusion, whereas stereolithography comes under vat polymerization. The second difference is that, as I said, stereolithography forms thermoset components, whereas fused deposition modeling process forms thermoplastic components. The thermosetting materials used for stereolithography, which are currently available in the market, are more brittle as compared to the thermoplastic materials. And this is the reason why stereolithography components are not used for functional prototypes, which are subjected to significant stresses. Now let's discuss the system design of the stereolithography machine. So I made this diagram on this page. If you want, you can take a screenshot of it. So these are the main components of a stereolithography machine. The first component is this computer, which controls this controller. The controller is divided into three parts. The first part is connected to the laser beam source, which produces the laser beam, and this laser beam then travels into the beam shaping unit. After that, it enters into the scanner head. The scanner head consists of mirrors. These mirrors are responsible for deflecting the laser beam into the working area. This is the working area, and these two mirrors deflect the laser beam accordingly. After that, the laser beam goes through this f theta objective lens. The main goal of f theta objective lens is to focus the laser beam into the working area. Finally, we have this vat, which contains of a liquid photopolymer, and this is the build platform. The interaction between the laser beam and the photopolymer cures the liquid, forming this part. After formation of one layer, the build platform moves down, and again a new layer is formed. I would also like to discuss the principle of layer generation in stereolithography. For that, let us consider this diagram. In stereolithography, we know that there is an interaction between the laser light and the photopolymer. So basically, there is an interaction between the photoinitiator and the light. Photoinitiator is just a molecule in a photopolymer. This interaction between the photoinitiator and the light forms radicals. These radicals initiate the radical polymerization reaction. Now let us jump to this diagram. The R represents radicals, and this is a monomer. So the radical reacts with the monomer and forms a basic structure. With the further addition of liquid, the chain keeps on increasing. Finally, we have two fully grown chains which are cross-linked with each other via cross-linker, and this process is known as cross-linking. This cross-linking results into a highly cross-linked polymer network or a three-dimensional polymer network. This complete reaction leads to the curing of the liquid photopolymer, and a thermoset is formed. This was just the basics. Of course, there are more things to it, but in order to understand vat polymerization, this is all what you need to know. I would also like to discuss some pros and cons of stereolithography process. So some pros are that the components have very good resolution, they have high surface quality and high dimensional accuracy. Resolution actually defines the quality of the 3D printed part. So higher the resolution, better would be the level of detail of the 3D printed model. You can see that in stereolithography, the components have very good resolution and high dimensional accuracy. The reason behind this is that a laser beam is used in this process. In case of, but this is not the case for fused deposition modeling components, because in fused deposition modeling, the material is extruded out of a nozzle and then pressed by a nozzle, and there is no laser beam used. So the components don't have a good resolution or a high dimensional accuracy. One of the cons of stereolithography is that the components are brittle, and the reason is that, as I discussed earlier, that the thermosetting materials are brittle themselves, but research is being done to develop better materials. So that was it. I hope that you got some value out of this video. See you next time.